if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. While hosting the Indiana Hoosiers football team at the White House yesterday, President Trump called linebacker Isaiah Jones a good-looking guy and added, quote, "I don't like good-looking people." Oh, buddy, we know. It looks like someone left a bunch of Pez dispensers in a hot car. In a new interview, President Trump said that he personally wants to go to Fort Knox and look at the country's gold reserve, I assume to get some decorating ideas. White House announced yesterday that President Trump will go to Walter Reed Medical Center later this month for a medical checkup. Later this month? Dude, you're aging like a countertop banana. Go now. During an Oval Office event yesterday about maternal health care, Dr. Mehmet Oz said that 1 in 3 Americans are, quote, underbabied, which has to be the absolute weirdest way to say that. I'll respond so he can understand. Maybe people are underbabied because they're overjobbed and undermoneyed, and rather than find themselves overbabied and underhoused, it's safer to say underbabied and overcatted. A group of evangelical leaders gathered over the weekend to bless President Trump's gold leaf statue at his Doral golf course, but then it moved and they realized it was just actually him. Eric Trump posted a rendering on X yesterday of the Trump Tower Tbilisi, which is the Trump organization is set to build in the country of Georgia. Said Eric, country? Oh, I'm in trouble. According to a new analysis of federal contracts, the cost of President Trump's renovation to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool is more than 7 times greater than the $1.8 million he has quoted publicly. Even worse, now it's going to be above ground. Disgraced activist Rachel Dolezal, who posed for years as a black woman despite being born white, said in a new interview that she's training to become a sex coach. Well, no better way to confirm that you are indeed very white. A contestant on The Price is Right recently won the largest prize in a single pricing game in the show's history, a gallon of gas. And finally, a 28-year-old woman was arrested recently after she allegedly pretended to be a 16-year-old student and enrolled at a high school in the Bronx, though I'm pretty sure that's just the plot of the movie Grease. President Trump arrived today in Beijing for his 2-day state visit, and apparently he's so jet-lagged that he's been sleeping at night and staying awake during meetings. President Trump is set to meet today with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and I'm sure Trump is very relieved he gets to bow instead of shaking hands. That's right, President Trump is set to meet today with Chinese President Xi Jinping and tour the historic Temple of Heaven, which he's actually done a couple of times before, but both times doctors were able to revive him. Too many at McDonald's? Yeah, I'm fine. Before departing yesterday for China, President Trump repeated his claim that Iran is not going to obtain a nuclear weapon and added, quote, "We don't play games." Pretty hard to believe, considering you literally used to have one. It's like Monopoly, except you never go to jail. The New York Times reported yesterday. The New York Times reported yesterday that U.S. intelligence assessments indicate that Iran's military remains much stronger than President Trump claims. Oh, I can explain. He lies. Might want to also check that people's sexiest man alive claim. During an Oval Office event on Monday, President Trump called Democratic lawmakers dumbocrats and added, quote, "because they're dumb." And once again, you know he's explaining it to us because someone had to explain it to him. Somebody in the White House, here's how it went down. Somebody in the White House said Democrats, and he was like, "Why are you saying it like that?" And then they told him, and then 5 minutes later he went, "Oh, I'm gonna use that." According to a new report, the paint job on President Trump's renovation at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool is uneven and behind schedule because he hired the same people who do his face. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary resigned yesterday, reportedly over his opposition to the Trump administration's plan to authorize fruit-flavored e-cigarettes. And honestly, I'm surprised a guy named Dr. Marty was opposed to flavored vapes. Sounds like a brand of flavored vapes. The United States Postal Service reportedly considering allowing handguns to be sent through the mail. Oh, sure, after Mother's Day. The New York Times published a profile yesterday on Gen Z high school students who have revived the trend of playing with hacky sacks. That story again, weed's back. According to a new poll, nearly 80% of Americans believe that artificial intelligence will eliminate more jobs than it will create. And keep in mind, that's coming from people who are so old that they answer polls. And finally, according to the Social Security Administration, the most popular boy's name of 2025 was Liam. The most popular girl's name was Olivia, and the most popular last name was Cannon. During his toast at tonight's state banquet in Beijing, Chinese President Xi Jinping called for increased partnership between the U.S. and China. Said Trump, already on it. President Trump is set to participate in a bilateral tea tomorrow with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Well, just make sure it's not chamomile, or you have to carry him to the plane. During a state banquet today with Chinese President Xi Jinping, President Trump said that the American and Chinese people have many shared values, like how he's also constantly disappointed with his children. During his meeting today with President Trump, Chinese President Xi Jinping said that the whole world is watching their summit and added, quote, "Can China and the United States overcome the Thucydides trap and create a new paradigm of major country relations?" Then Trump asked if he could have a translator for the translator. Come on, man, you know Trump doesn't know what that is. We're lucky if he got paradigm. Paradigm, like when you have 2 dimes? We need a 20-cent piece. And then we won't have to have the 2 dimes anymore. The Pentagon is reportedly considering renaming the war with Iran Operation Sledgehammer. First it was Epic Fury. Now it's Operation Sledgehammer. Are they getting all the names from the white kung fu category on Netflix? That's right, the Pentagon is reportedly considering renaming the war with Iran Operation Sledgehammer. It's the perfect name for something that Trump absolutely can't handle. According to a new report, Republican Congressman Chuck Edwards made a young female staffer feel uncomfortable after he wrote a poem for her and read it aloud during an office-wide going-away party. In his defense, it does rhyme with Chuck. Authorities in Michigan arrested a woman over the weekend. Authorities in Michigan arrested. Let's get serious now. Crime's no laughing matter. Authorities in Michigan arrested a woman over the weekend after she allegedly attempted to shoplift a bottle of wine by hiding it inside a, quote, body cavity. And it's even worse than you think because it was a Chianti. I said to our head writer, Alex Baez, I'm like, do you think this is going to bum people out? And he said, let's find out. And we did. We took a journey together. Look at us. And finally, Target has announced that it will replace its fleet of shopping carts with a new model. This news first reported in an all-caps text from your mom. And that was a monologue, everybody!